Have you ever wanted to do something really bad, and there was a lot of inner voices that just stopped you? My name's xaafir and I'm an artist. And today I want to talk about how I transformed my life from having no purpose and direction and feeling lost and confused to following my life path and being an artist and doing something I always wanted to do as a child. So it started about 5 years ago. I had a bit of a low point in my life, you could say. I had zero direction in what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to go, who I wanted to be, what was the point of living, what was the point of doing anything. And I felt quite lost and confused with life. Now, to be fair, I didn't really have much at this point. I mean, all I had was my mind, right? And I had nothing to my name, no ambitions and no motivations of what I would like to do with my life, where I would like to go, and what that would mean for me and what that would mean for other people as well. About 5 years ago, I knew I needed a different pace and a different setting to readjust and rethink my life over. And that's when I left my home country, decided to come live with my parents again. The timing on it was something I couldn't foresee happening. It just happened the year before. Now, this was 2019, and I had the whole year to myself to, really think about what I want to do and figure it out. And if I can't do the thing I love, what's the point in living? That was always the inner voice inside of me saying that. Just before I came, I realized the only thing I feel like I'm okay at and I would enjoy doing with my life is to do something related to drawing. Now, the problem is, I knew I was okay at drawing, at least back then. When I look at it now, my artwork back then was horrible. But when I think about the things that inspired me and the characters, the games, the books, everything, media in general that inspired me to become interested in art in the first place, that was one of the first main thoughts that made me start to go down this path of like, well, I would like to do that for someone else. This is the point where art began to change my life. It finally gave me the calling in life that this is what I need to do. This is how I'm going to reach people like you who are watching this video, and how I can share the story I have inside of myself, and hopefully it connects with you, the viewer, the same way that I felt when I watched things like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, as you can see, even Western comics and movies. There's a whole field out there that shaped the person I am today. That was my main drive for wanting to do this. Now, what does it mean to be an artist to me? An artist is someone who really creates something from the unseen, something that exists in here, in your head, but comes from a higher place, somewhere outside of yourself. And we give it form and use our ability and knowledge to convey it to the audience and the viewer. When I started this whole journey, I made a mission statement towards myself. The one thing I want to do with my art is inspire and empower other people through my artwork. Maybe for the first year, I was quite locked in on that, and that's my goal. But I knew, okay, I had to get better and I had to do this and I had to practice and I had to learn fundamentals and all of that, things I still have to do now. But what ended up happening was, even though I had that vision in mind, work slowly got added to it, priorities, needing money, and I pushed away that vision. When I decided I was going to make my manga, that was the primary motivator for me wanting to draw in the first place, was to make art, to empower others. And the one thing I always really wanted to do was to have a story like a manga that another kid could read, someone else, someone my age, someone older, anyone could read it and be inspired and want to do something for themselves or relate to the character and feel like, wow, this guy's so cool. Like, oh, I love this life lesson that's in this story or this philosophical concept. And I realized last year I made something actually. I made a 20-page manga, but after sending it to people and after getting feedback, even though the feedback was positive, I got discouraged because some people were saying, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, you don't really know these things. You need to go and learn. And it was all very helpful advice. But I realized the fear and doubt just caused me to delay things another year. And so here I am. Me doing this video is also, in a sense, getting over this fear. I'm going to be creating my own manga. Now, it's different to that first one I was just talking about, but I'm really passionate about what this story speaks about, and it comes from within a deep place inside me. And I would love if you could read this story, if you could be inspired by the characters and the setting and, the life lessons that are in there. Making videos is also a part of that. That's why I'm sitting here, and that's why I'm talking to you right now. I want to be a person who can reach out to people, inspire them and uplift them. There's a lot of hard things going on in the world, a lot of tough times. I want to be someone who, despite all of this, is helping to raise people's morale and make them feel good and give them something to feel better about. I want you all to join me. And the one thing I would love the most is if, by watching my content, by participating in the comments and submitting your characters like you guys have for me to draw and everything, you get the little inkling of inspiration to start doing what you wanted to do. Maybe it's not related to art. It could be in any field of yours. Is there something that you really wish you started to do, but you haven't been? Are you like overweight and you really want to get in shape and feel good about yourself? Do you feel like you're not good enough to leave the job you're in and pursue something different? What I've realized lately is the only thing that's been holding me back is just my mind and the inner thought and the inner monologue that's telling me, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to put yourself in front of the world? Are you sure you want people to look at your stuff and judge you? And, all of these negative self-beliefs that have stopped me from showing myself to the world and showing what I am and showing you who I am and what stories are inside of me. And I feel like this can be applied to a lot of people, not just myself. I noticed this specifically the other day. I've been a bit more conscious about my inner voice while I do work and while I draw. And while I was doing my work, I kept noticing something. My inner voice kept telling me, oh, you don't know how to draw this. Oh, you're not that good at drawing perspective or hands, or your faces aren't that good. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Just a bunch of noise on top of noise on top of noise. Now that I was finally aware of what inner monologue has been going on, I just told myself, thank you for sharing. I don't need to listen to this. I can listen to the other side of my voice that says, no, you can do this. You're capable. You're really good at what you do. You are successful. You know what to do. Just don't listen to the craziness going on in your head. And I found this inner stillness and peace and happiness for what I was doing. And knowing what I was drawing was going to make someone else happy on the other side of the screen. I felt empowered. And I felt like I can do this thing. This is something that you can do as well. So going back to, if you're overweight or, you want to lose weight, you want to get in shape, maybe you want to build muscle, you feel skinny. The main thing is first the inner belief. If you go and you lose the weight, but you still believe yourself to be fat, you can only put that weight off for so long before it comes back to you. Eventually you'll binge eat. Eventually your mind will go back to its default programming. And so the first thing is to change the inner belief. So even by doing this video right now, I am trying to change my inner belief. Not trying, I have changed my inner belief. And I am someone who can speak to you that you can do it too. I used to be a lot skinnier, not confident at all, very shy, not proud of who I am, or I always felt kind of like I was a hindrance to other people, and that why did they love me? Like I just felt like a burden in their life, just existing within space. I'm not contributing, I'm not adding to anyone's life. Keep in mind, this was at one of my lowest points in my life right before I found out what I wanted to do and started to pursue this. But I think the same holds true for everyone. Once I decided to let go of this, you know what? I don't want to be this person anymore. I want to be someone that helps someone else. If I don't feel like I add value to other people's lives, let me find something I can do which can add value. And I want you to do the same. I want you to watch these videos, get inspired, think about your life like, if I got in shape and the people around me aren't in shape, maybe that would elevate them up and they would want to get into shape. And so what that kind of led me to was I should become that version of myself which inspires other people, which isn't afraid, which can help, which can be more kind, funny, compassionate, hardworking, entertaining. Hopefully I'm entertaining you guys, and confident. This is a big step for me. This is the first video of many where I will be talking to you. I want to do more videos like this. Maybe I can do some videos answering your questions, and maybe you guys want to know how to draw a specific thing, or maybe you want some more life advice. Maybe I'm a younger guy and you think,
oh, this guy's young, he can't tell me anything.
But, everyone has their own unique perspective, and just let someone talk and you'll figure out something for yourself from that. And I envision this going very far. I envision myself having a lot of subscribers, my art being very famous, and everyone enjoying it and benefiting of my life story. And so I want you to be a part of it. If you follow, if you subscribe, if you comment, you're adding to this journey and you're being a part of it. Let's see where we go. One day when I'm famous, my manga is famous, you can say, hey, I've been following that guy since he had, a few thousand subscribers on YouTube, and you can be proud of that yourself. And maybe you could say, hey, I've been watching this guy's videos since he was really small and he inspired me to do something. Or maybe you're like, hey, I didn't have any skills, I was lost, and this guy inspired me to do video editing. He needed a video editor and I learned that skill and now I'm working with him. You can do whatever you want to do. It has to come from here first. You have to truly believe it. And every time a doubt comes, you have to look at it and say, that's not me, that's not serving me, I don't need to listen to you. If someone else in your life is telling you that, you don't have to listen to it. It's your life, you get to make the decision. It's obviously going to be harder if you have priorities and you need things to do, but you can still decide in your head what you choose to do. There's only one thing we have in this world that no one can take away from us, and it's our mind and our experience in this life. And so don't you think the best thing to do would be to get better yourself and become that best version of yourself so that you can help the people around you that you love, your friends, the people you meet out in life, and you could experience and have a great life and enjoy your life. So thank you for listening. If you like the content, make sure to subscribe, follow, comment, whatever it is you need to do. And I will see you again. Maybe we'll do a video more about drawing in general, answering your questions, or talking a bit more about my manga that's coming. I'm in the process right now of finishing it and doing the storyboards. And then after that, we're just going to be going straight into the line art, finishing it off. And then we will have chapter 1 of my manga, Bound by Shadows, available to read for free. That's right, for free. I'm giving it away for free because I want you to read it and I want you to get something from it. So thank you all for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.